Hi everyone, Aurora with SuperchargedScience.com, homeschool science resources for K through 12. Today we're going to talk about how to create a lifetime love of learning. 6 easy steps. These are my best tips from teaching for the past 20 plus years, and I thought I would share them with you. Now if you like what you hear and you want to learn more, if you want more resources like this, go to my website, www.superchargedscience.com. You'll find lots of great resources there. Okay. So first off, when you are, how do you get a kid? Well, first off, have you ever noticed some kids are like really excited about learning? They can't wait. They like jump out of bed in the morning and they turn around, they teach you more than you ever thought you would ever want to know about that subject, and then they're off and running again. And some kids are like, yeah, I don't know, maybe if it's easy, I'll do it. Or some kids get really anxious and tight when it comes to learning anything, and they're really nervous. It's like, oh my goodness, how do you, what's the difference? And how do you help instill a lifetime love of learning that sticks? So here are my best tips I wrote down on my notebook, and I'm going to share them with you. So here we go. You like this and you want more? Again, I'm Aurora with SuperchargedScience.com. Welcome to get these resources and more on my website. Okay, here we go. So first thing is, as a parent, you got to be real clear on your educational goals, right? You've seen those parents that are like, when my kid is 5 years old, we are going to have a map for when he's from now to 18, and he's going to get into Harvard, and he's going to do this, and he's going to be the captain of this, and he's going to be valedictorian, and he's going to do all these things, right? You've seen that. So that's one way to do it. There are other ways too. There are people, also people that are like, you know, I just want my kids to love and appreciate the world that they live in. And by the time they get to, you know, high school, I want them to have lots of different experiences so they can pick and choose the ones that they really want to go after. That's a very different goal than getting into pre-law by the time you're 13. So you want to make sure you're very clear on your educational goals, so that way it will narrow down your filter and be able to really focus you on where it is you want to go. So you make sure your ladder is against the right wall. When you hit the top rung, you're like, you're not in the surprise, right? Okay, so that's number one. Know what your educational goals are. Number two. Take a look and ask yourself, next time your kids are doing like a science project, you know, and you can ask them, you know, well, what is it that they really want to learn about? You know, you may have your ideas about what you want them to learn, but what is it that really ignites your kids? You know, what makes them really spark? You know, I thought my kids, for example, would really be into this. I bought them this really cool, it was like a life-size erector set. You know, you could make your own like vehicles. They couldn't care less, you know, and I spent a lot of money on it. So if anybody wants one, I have one. But when I looked at it, I realized my kids really like to build, but they don't necessarily like to drive and ride. So they are more into Legos and Connects, and they love to build it, take it apart, build it, take it apart, build it, take it. The thing I bought them was too heavy and cumbersome. Didn't like it at all. So I have to have, as a parent, some acuity about what is it that's already igniting their interest, and start from there. Now, it could be 180 degrees from what you want them to learn, right? You want them to learn math. They only want to play soccer. How do you do that? Well, you can actually start with soccer and zoom it right around to math, right? You can start talking about scores and bring that into algebra. You know, if we've got these many points, this much time in the game, how many points do we need to score? You can start talking about acceleration and velocity, and it has to do with the soccer ball, but do it in a way that's practical, not a way that like most textbooks do it. You know, they'll say a soccer ball accelerates at 0.015 meters per second squared, and it's going at a distance of 75 meters. Give me the time, and you're like, who cares? Nobody does that anyway. But you want to make it practical. And you say, you know what, is a bigger soccer ball or a smaller soccer ball going to sail through the air faster? You know, where do you need to kick it in order for it to make it into the goal, right? And if you put a spin on it, how does that change it? So there's a lot of cool things you can do, but you have to start with where they are. Okay, so that's number two. So what is your kid... what are their wants and desires about learning, about education, right? You got to start with that. Number three, what gets them hooked? And I mean hooked like tripped and stumbled. So when your kids, for example, are doing a science project and they start to get mad or they start to get frustrated, take a quick look and see what's going on. And this actually leads into one of my other ones. You got to think about, one of the questions you want to ask yourself is, what are they believing right now, either about themselves or about the situation that's causing this emotion to show up? A lot of times kids will tell you things like, well, I want to do this experiment, but I don't have the materials, I don't know where to buy them, they're really expensive, I have no idea what to do, so I can't do it, and they feel really frustrated. Or they do their experiment and it doesn't work the first time, just like the perfect instructions say in the book or the perfect video that they're watching, right? And so they have this expectation, and it's not being met. And so they're getting really frustrated. And so instead of just letting them stew and circle and loop around and go crazy, you can teach them how to get out of frustration. Because you as a parent, you've already dealt with frustration before, right? So, and you know some tips and tricks on how to handle it. And this is a perfect opportunity to do that with your kids. So knowing what trips them up, where and what emotions, and what is so I'll tell you the other one. What are the emotions that they associate with learning? When you say, hey, we're going to learn about X, are they excited? Are they like, oh, okay, only if I have to? Or are they really nervous and anxious? Or anything in between? So that is a clue that will tell you the sixth thing that I'm going to share with you is what do they believe is true about learning? So are they believing like, yeah, maybe I could do it, but maybe I can't, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, or I'll pass or fail, so I might as well not even try. So whatever that belief is, it's going to come up in their emotion. If they believe like I should be able to do it right the first time, every time, they're going to get frustrated really fast. That's a belief that's really hard. Their kids are really hard on themselves. That's a really hard one to maintain. It's not sustainable. So by asking yourselves these questions, again, it was what for the parent, what are your personal goals? And also for the kid, what are your goals with doing this? You know, you want to put baking soda and vinegar together. Well, why? And you're like, oh, because it's fun to blow things up. Of course. Okay. Anything else? No, it could just be a fun moment, and that's fine. Every moment doesn't have to count education-wise. You know, you could have a total blast. The second question was, what does your kid desire or want? And when it comes to learning, like, what do they want? Paying attention to what they want and seeing what you want, and then finding a commonality will make it so much easier to do this homeschooling thing. What are they frustrated? What are they mad about? What are they getting hooked on, kind of hung up on? And what are the what are the emotions that are related to and associated with learning in the first place? If you've got a kid that's really nervous and you start to you have a conversation with them, not in the moment, but when they're like happy and you're relaxed and, you know, after dinner and all the, you know, everybody else is off, but just the two of you are sitting, you're like, hey, I just noticed, you know, you're a little frustrated earlier with this, you know, what's going on? And by asking what's going on, that gives it wide open so they can take it and tell you really what's going on with them. And they say, you know what, I just really get frustrated when it doesn't work the first time, and the teacher makes it work, but I just can't. And then I start to feel bad, and they go on. And you say, well, you know, the teacher's been doing this for, you know, 9 million years, and you haven't, so, you know, just, you know, give yourself a few more days. Or whatever, right? So understanding their world is really what you're doing. You're understanding and appreciating their world and meeting them where they're at. That will get you in rapport with your kids. That will make this whole journey a lot more enjoyable and a lot more fun. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful. If you'd like more tips like this, go to superchargedscience.com. We have a resource, a free guidebook. We actually are doing a live class coming up next week, and it's free to our email list. So if you're on our email list, you'll get an invite. And the class, I think it's pretty sure it's chemistry. We have like 4 all in a row coming, so I forget which one's first, but pretty sure it's chemistry. It's next Wednesday. So if you're not on our list, get on your on the list, and then you will. It's just for our family members who are part of our email family. So I hope this has been helpful. I'm Aurora with Supercharged Science, and have an awesome day with your kids. If you like what you see and you want more, go to superchargedscience.com, and you'll be taken to a website that'll tell you everything you need to know for a K-12 homeschool science hands-on homeschool curriculum.